Alright, so apparently I already had this discussion, but apparently I am not next. We're going over your next, so I guess it kind of makes sense. So yeah, you're next. I'm not next. You're not next. The movie You're Next. That's what we're going over today. It was a common storyline, but not too common. It's just I've seen it before, and I didn't really care for it again. But yes, come on, a loony medicated mother and the other's part of a rich family head to the middle of nowhere lodge, and here's where it gets interesting and obvious. The kids apparently set up this and start killing each other for the inheritance, pretty much. It's kind of a common storyline. Well, I don't know. Why'd you guys put common? It's not really a common storyline. I mean, people killing over siblings over for inheritance, yes, but you don't really see that a lot, regardless. Granted, this is obvious, but I actually saw this going a different way. There was definitely a 50-50 shot here, because if you pay attention, they do mention that they are rich, as well as they won a settlement case in which something went wrong. I guess they were rich, there were lawyers, or something. They didn't really specify on what they did, but apparently something went wrong for a hefty price. So I figured, oh, okay, someone's gonna go after them for that, for the money, or just because they thought they deserved more or less than what they got. But I was actually utterly shocked and surprised that they went the obvious route with the people killing over others for inheritance, which was good if you think about it. I mean, it was a very nice look over there. It worked well enough for me to actually be okay. I get it. It works, but sometimes you don't want that. You want the other. But again, like, I was shocked. Like, I went one way, they completely took a different way. That's kind of what you want. And in a movie, you should, they should zigzag on you. They should bring you another, like, uh, Now You See Me. I mean, that movie was completely about misdirection. I went in so many different directions with that movie. I did not see the ending coming. It was very interesting for me to not be able to plan everything out in my head and know the outcome of the film. Now, unfortunately, I found out that it's not really scary. It's not. It's basically you get Home Alone, like, version 2.0 here, because that's what it ends up being. They start rigging the house, like killing each other. It ends up really weird. Um, and again, look who's talking. Like, it takes a hell of a lot, to heed my GBs, if you will. I've seen everything, from Saw to Final Destination to Supernatural. I mean, I've pretty much seen it all. Like, I even see Suspiria, and that shit scared the shit out of me. But this did not do it for me. I'm saying for me. Now I know it's different strokes for different folks. You know, nicely said, Arnold Jackson. Um, the thing is, it's it doesn't work. Yes, I just did that reference in case you didn't know that. My writing staff likes to see me, look stupid on camera, so thanks, guys. But back to your next. This is it's hard to say because this is from the director of VHS, which I loved. I don't know about any of you guys, but I actually liked that film. Um, but it just doesn't measure up in a horror film aspect. Now, in a horror film, in my opinion, that you need to have great writing, a super scary bad guy who has no morals in anything, and good characters. It didn't scare me per se, but it did have me guessing, which was a good thing. Like I said before, you want the zigzag aspect of a movie or a show for that matter. But it definitely had my heart pounding in the right places of the film. You know, it's what you I'd say it's what you want in a film of this aspect. Now, what I found interesting was actually the cast here as well. I don't I don't want to say it's a bunch of fresh faces because some of you probably have seen them, like Sharni Vincent, beautifully, absolutely gorgeous in here. She's definitely a sucker. I'm definitely a sucker for the accent. She was beautiful. She was in Step Up 3D. I don't know if you guys seen that. You probably have. Blue Crush 2, NCIS. So, she's played the circuit. She's been there for a while until now, I guess. And then you have AJ Bowen, who you probably don't know. He was mostly in short films, short film things. Like he was basically hitting the independent circuit for now. And then you have Wendy Glenn, another NCIS commodity. She was in Nip Tuck, Meryl's Place. God, remember that show? She was even in Human Target. And that was a personal favorite of mine. The casting director actually did well. It wasn't a total bust. They had a couple of good casting, but they definitely they followed a couple of good casting rules for horror slasher films because they had beautiful girls, check. They had creepy looking dudes. Let's just say it met the criteria for some of horror slasher movies. Uh, Now, what I didn't like was the acting. It was kind of bland. It was plain. It didn't really. I don't want to say fake, but it definitely had me guessing. Like, really, you want to say that, or it also had to do with the dialogue as well. I mean, with bad acting and really bad dialogue, it's not gonna turn out well. I'm sorry to say. Um, they weren't good. It was just it didn't feel like it was delivered horribly. It was horribly filled. There were breaks, there were stutters. It was just very annoying. I couldn't take it. At some points, the thing is, if you want to see it, I go for it. I mean, honestly, it's a good film for an end of the summer slasher horror movie. Do I recommend it? Sure. Okay, I'm not gonna twist your arm about it. It didn't do anything for me. It did have a couple of jump moments, but otherwise, it's just a normal horror film to enjoy. I mean, it it doesn't. If it does something for you, God bless you. I go for it. I mean, The Conjuring is probably your speed anyway. To be honest, the thing is, I would probably say Your Next is probably better than Conjuring just a little bit. Not actually, probably not even that. The Conjuring was probably better than that. You're right. Yeah, my staff agrees with me. Conjuring was better than this. So if you want to go see it, check it out. But if you do want to take a trip, make sure you take a trip to my channel. Make sure you subscribe to it. You can do it right here behind me. Also share on Facebook and on Twitter. And guess what, everyone? I don't know what actually film it's going to be next, so I cannot tell you how happy that actually makes me, because all summer long I've been waiting to say that at the end of my reviews, because during summer I really don't have time to do these. So right now I am actually completely and happily to say that I am done with my movie list until the next time. So make sure you guys stay tuned.